Duke University.
The clear emotion here for Kaman Malawach and his family. You'll remember Kaman not only for his excellent rim protection at Duke, but also playing for the South Sudan team that lost to the United States by just a single point and caught the world's attention. Kaman is one of the remarkable stories of this draft. He grew up in Uganda after his family fled conflict-ridden South Sudan, and he picked up a basketball at 14 years old after a motorcycle cab driver stopped him walking down the street and said, "You're so tall, you should start playing basketball." You can see how much this dream realized means to him in this moment. He was discovered by the NBA Academy Africa in 2021, and talk to anyone around Malawach, Bobby. He's an even more remarkable person than he is a player, and that is saying something.
Malik, I mean, we're talking about him on the court, but certainly as a human being here. And when you
Okay, it's a beautiful Friday afternoon to you from the studios of Honor 103.5 FM. Yes, it's time again to talk about sports. Welcome to the Friday edition. We call it Thank God It's Friday. And of course, we are here right there in the brown city of Ibadan to serve the latest and the biggest coming from the world of sports. Trust me on the show this afternoon. I will give you the latest information coming from the world of NBA because early hours of this morning we saw the drafting of the NBA. I will look into that drafting process on the show this afternoon. I will go to the camp of the Tigers of Nigeria and to give you the latest coming from the female basketball national team of Nigeria as they are getting set for the FIBA Afro Basketball Championship. I will look into that as well on the show this afternoon and take a dive into the FIBA Club World Cup, the gifts that keep giving. We are done with the group stages. 16 teams are currently out of this tournament, while 16 are currently right there in the round of 16. I will look into the game that went down last night, the game that went down early hours of this morning. I will take stories from the world of transfer, I'll take stories from the Nigerian scene. These are many more stories that will be coming your way. My name is Ayomikun Adeniyi. Of course, you can simply call me Purity. Guess what? I'm not alone in the studio. I got my partner with me. I call him Samuel Akin today. Of course, you know his name is City Boy. Good afternoon to you, my guy.
Good afternoon to you, Ayomikun. Good afternoon to football lovers, sport lovers all around the globe listening to the sound of my voice right now. It's a pleasure to be in the studio. It's always a pleasure to be in the studio to talk sports. And of course, today is the last edition for this beautiful week. Sport Today, it is on Honor 103.5 FM, the Honor and Integrity station. Of course, a lot has happened in the last 24 hours in the world of sports. Of course, we've seen the basketball. We've seen the basketball MBBF, Nigerian Basketball Federation, coming out to release the 20-man squad that we represent the Tigers, that is senior women's basketball team of Nigeria, in the upcoming Afro Basket Championship that will take place in Côte d'Ivoire. And of course, even in the world of football, it's been bustling. I mean, we can say now that the men have been separated from the boys. Talking about the ongoing revamped FIFA Club World Cup, and we have 16 teams, complete 16 teams that will compete during the round of 16 stage of the competition. As we are getting closer to the business end of the tournament, it's getting more interesting now, because now it is if you snooze you lose. It is who wins that we qualify for the next round now. So it is getting interesting now, and we know that of course it's going to be very, very interesting. It starts tomorrow. Chelsea will be in action against Benfica, and you have all Brazilian round of 16 tie between Botafogo and Palmeiras tomorrow. So these and many more stories are very, very interesting, and we just have to delve into the conversation. Of course, President Federation Cup final tomorrow, both men and women category. You have Kwara United takes on
against Abakaliki
FC, and then Rivers Angel, the defending champion of the Women's FA Cup, also take on Nasarawa Amazon tomorrow at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena in Lagos State. So So let's just, dive into the conversation properly, and let's just make some sense of these stories.
Okay, jumping into the information coming from the world of football this afternoon. I will start from America, trust me. And of course, it's going to be a big one because we are done with the group stages. Of course, it was an interesting one. The men separated from the boys. I'm talking about the men at about now. We have 16 teams through to the round of 16s of the FIFA Club World Cup. Of course, we have Chelsea starting their game tomorrow against Benfica. But then, City Boy, let's start from the group stages. We saw quite a number of games involving several clubs in the group stage. And of course, we saw some upsets in this competition. And now we have some teams out of this competition, while we have others proceeding to the next stages of this competition. In the round of 16, all Brazil, round of 16 between Palmeiras and Botafogo. Chelsea up against Benfica. PSG will be playing against Inter Miami. And of course, don't forget that Flamengo will be playing against Bayern Munich. Inter Milan against Fluminense. White City will be playing against Al Hilal. Real Madrid against Juventus. And of course, lastly, it's going to be a big one between Dortmund and Sergio Ramon's side. But then let's start with this Chelsea game that we're playing against Benfica later tomorrow.
Yeah, of course, it's going to be a good one. All European round of 16 clash between Benfica and Chelsea. Of course, so many Chelsea fans have said that they escaped Bayern Munich. They were on the track of playing Bayern Munich. If Bayern Munich had won that game against Benfica, they would top their group. But Benfica won them, and they also, Benfica topped that group, and so they will be taking on Chelsea. But it's going to be a very, very real clash because you cannot underestimate Benfica. This is a side that defeated Bayern Munich. They will be thinking that they will be seeing themselves as, a force to reckon with in that tie against Chelsea. That if they can defeat Bayern Munich in the final game of the group, who says they cannot defeat Chelsea? So I mean, for me, in as much as we know that Chelsea, because of the status of that team, because of the popularity, because of the
past history,
the
past
history,
record,
and all of that, because of their records and the standard of the team, we can say they are the favourites on paper. But we've seen in these tournaments that, and in other tournaments that, sometimes it's not only football is not based on favourites. Sometimes it is what you do. Most times it is what you do on the pitch that matter. So for me, I know Chelsea are the favourite going into that one on paper as a big team, but you cannot underestimate.
Because this is football.
You cannot underestimate.
And of course, we saw what Chelsea did in their group stages. Out of their three games,
they lost to Flamengo.
They lost to Flamengo again.
So you cannot underrate a certain Benfica, who of course defeated Bayern Munich. They scored in 13 minutes of that encounter, and they held on to the end. They didn't concede. So for me, I think it will be a very good one tomorrow. And don't forget Benfica, they've never before that game against Bayern Munich, they've never won a game against Bayern Munich. Yeah. So it was a famous victory against Bayern Munich for the very first time in the club history. They won a game against Bayern Munich, to top that group. I was thinking it was going to be Bayern Munich that would top the group because of course
they have all the quality, they have all the
they scored 10 goals in their first game, and they won their second game against this team from Argentina, Boca Juniors. And then you expect them to actually win against Benfica, but I mean it's went the other way. So for me, I think I would just say that against Chelsea, it's going to be a balanced one. We cannot say they are not going to be pushover. Chelsea cannot cannot be pushover as well. So let's just say 50-50. We are going to get a very interesting game tomorrow between these two sides. Also, the all Brazilian round of 16 tie between Botafogo and Palmeiras. This one is also very, very interesting. It's very interesting to see. Botafogo are the current, they are the reigning champions of Brazilian League. They are also the reigning champions of the South American Champions League. Just their Copa Libertadores. So they've been very, very solid in this tournament. They won two games. They lost their last game to Atletico de Madrid, but they won their first two games. They defeated. It was a famous victory against Paris Saint-Germain in their second game. 1-0 ended. So they've been very, very good. Also, Palmeiras qualifying from the group that has Porto, the likes of Porto, Inter Miami, and then they booked their spot in the round of 16. So this particular tie between these two Brazilian side is a match that we really need to look forward to seeing, because it's going to be very, very interesting. Both teams, they play similar. The intensity is there. They understand themselves. They've been playing together in the Brazilian league. Of course, they are familiar with their with themselves. So it's not going to be a difference. But we just want to see them on the bigger stage. This is not a Brazilian Serie A league. This is a Club World Cup, and you know that this is a knockout stage. Who wins progress, who lose, gets knocked out.
Other interesting features that will be going down in the round of 16. Real Madrid we're playing against the old ladies, Juventus, right there. While PSG, we played against Inter Miami. Don't forget that Lionel Messi, we're playing against his former team, PSG.
Yeah, Paris Saint-Germain. We are looking forward to that. It will go down on Sunday. To go down on Sunday evening. Of course, that will also generate talk. That will generate reactions online. People will talk about it. The publicity will be massive. Nuno Mendes against Lionel Messi and all of that. Vitinha, the midfield of Vitinha, João Neves, Fabian Ruiz. How we enter Miami cope with the intensity and the technicality of this side and all of that. So for me, it's a big challenge for Inter Miami. No doubt, PSG are the favorites going into this one. Some people will even call it 80-20.
Definitely, definitely, it should be.
Because
it
of
should
the quality
be.
in that
Because
side.
PSG in this tournament, they are so decent. Apart from losing against Botafogo, but then other games that we saw PSG in this FIFA Club World Cup that have been so different, they are decent. With their performance and of course the way they control the possession right there and with the quality of the players they have in that team. Come on,
it's even the quality of the players, the quality of the coach, the quality of the backroom staff,
and the current form of
and
the club.
Current form of the club that even speaks volume and that matters. That's why people are tipping them to even be the favorite to lift this trophy. But anything can happen.
This is football.
We never can. I cannot underrate.
Okay,
anything,
quick one, Samuel. Let's talk about the group stage in total now. Now we saw a lot of games. We saw some shocking results also. So how will you describe the FIFA Club World Cup in a moment? I mean, we saw several VAR decisions. We saw controversies going on in this current FIFA Club World Cup. So how will you describe performance from both the clubs and the organizers?
Yeah, from the perspective of clubs, I would say that it's not been really fantastic in terms of the intensity. Maybe because of so many factors, the weather condition right there in the US. It's been very difficult. There are some games that were suspended due to intense weather conditions. So in terms of the weather conditions, in terms of the performance of the teams, I would say that it's not been really fantastic. But it is understandable because some of these teams, especially the European teams, are coming off the end of the season, the completion of the season. So the intensity level is not really superb. And you can, like I said, it's understandable because some of them they just finished the regular season. The fatigue level, they don't have enough time to rest. Some even played with their national teams. The likes of Portuguese players that are in this tournament, the likes of Spanish players, the likes of German players that are playing in this tournament. Don't forget they play in the UEFA Nations League before they travel to the United States of America. So in terms of the intensity, like I said, it's not been very that solid, that impressive intensity that you expect. But so far so good. It's still the tournament is still very early. Now we are getting into the business and into the real tournaments proper, when you know that this is the knockout stage. A loss is at stake. If you lose, you are out. Even when you progress, so you get to see more intensity, you get to see more competitiveness, you get to see more competition, you get to see more seriousness from these teams. But I would just say that the revelation of this tournament, or let me say the impressive part of this tournament, has to be the South American teams for me. In my own opinion,
most especially the Brazilians. I mean, we have 4 Brazilian teams in the round of 16. That's massive.
Honestly, 4 Brazilian teams made it to the round of 16. It speaks volume about their
Botafogo, Flamengo. Who is again?
We have Palmeiras as well.
Yeah.
And we have Fluminense. All the 4 teams made it to the round of 16. So for me, you could see the seriousness.
And definitely you will see one of them at the quarterfinals.
Of course, it is funny because 2 of them are playing against each other. So one will definitely qualify. We can even have more than one if it is possible. So for me, I think from that aspect, I would say in terms of intensity, I will give it to the South American teams. The European teams, maybe because of the fatigue level, because of the short time. And don't forget, the South American teams, they are playing their regular season before they travel to the US. So it is very easy for them to transit. The transitioning was very smooth for them because they are in the mood. The likes of Botafogo have played like 10 league games before they travel, to the US to compete in the FIFA Club World Cup. But the same cannot be said about the European team, who of course they just finished their season.
They should be on holiday.
They should be resting. Okay. So that is why it is, in terms of intensity, it has not been very solid. But as the tournament progresses, we are getting to into the business end of the tournament, and you expect them to sit up because the law is at stake, the money is at stake, and also the honor.
I mean, I love the money part, guys. I say on to sport today on Honor 103.5 FM. But then we'll be going on a short commercial break right about now. When we come back from this break, we talk more on the President's FA Cup that will be going down later tomorrow. We look into the world of transfer, definitely on the show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Feel the vibes on Honor 103.5 FM.
Let's rock.
Hello there. Can I have your attention, please? Are you an industrialist, a businessman or woman? Are you an internationally acclaimed business realtor in the large or small scale industry? Are you a market man or woman? Or do you own a shop just down the road and you don't know how to promote your business to your community and beyond? Have no fear. Honor FM Radio Market is here. With every small amount of money, you can advertise your goods and services without sweat. Take advantage of our bumper package now. Visit our marketing department or call Rachel on 0808 6075 600 or 080 7777 4880. For your business, goods, and services to excel, partner with Honor 103.5 FM. You know why? Honor and integrity is our watchword.
Imagine having the freedom to work, play, and connect without interruptions. That is what fast internet means to us. At Highward Networks, we are passionate about delivering super fast, unlimited internet that is 6 times faster than the competition. Whether you're working from home, running a business, or streaming your favorite shows, we've got you covered. A reliable internet and 24/7 customer support ensure you stay connected always. So what are you waiting for? Join the iWorld Networks family today and discover a seamless internet experience. Call Jeffrey on 081 3058 9466 or visit our website www.iwn.ng to get started. iWorld Networks, connecting possibilities.
Ming saw it. In goes De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne! Gundogan! From the brink of despair, elation! From catastrophe, cacophonic joy! The stuff of stellar champions. That's why.
Get ready for the most exciting hour of your week. It's time for Sunday Night of Football. Every Sunday from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. We're bringing you all the action, drama, and expert analysis from Nigerian Premier Football League, English Premier League, the Spanish La Liga, the French League One, Italia Serie A, and the German Bundesliga. Whether you're cheering for your favorite team or just here for the highlights, we've got you covered. Don't miss the pulse of football with in-depth breakdowns, live score updates, and exclusive interviews. From the line-breaking passes to the game-winning goals and VAR controversies, we're right here with you, bringing you all the highs and the heart-grounding moments of the game. Join us every Sunday at 9 p.m. for Sunday Night Football with your hosts, Ayomikun Adeniyi and Samuel Akintunde. Your Sunday night will never remain the same.
On 103.5 FM.
Your integrity station.
Alright, and welcome back from that short commercial break. You are still on to Sport Today on Honor 103.5 FM. Quickly, let's talk about the President's FA Cup that will be going down later tomorrow in Lagos. It's going to be a big one because the ticket for the VIP will go for 10,000 naira, while the regular will be 500 naira.
That's massive.
Massive, right?
The ticket fee for the VIP is, I think, is massive. 10,000 naira. I wonder
I mean,
what they are
a
getting.
lot will be going down in the VIP
a
section.
lot will be going down. I really want to know what will be going down there. I want to know the
a
package
VIP
that
section.
comes with 10,000 naira. Because if you are paying 10,000 naira in this current economy, I mean, it means you should be getting treated with everything that you want. Well, for me, I think the regular will be sold out because 500 naira is something that is very, very affordable. It's cheap and it's affordable. And in the heart of Lagos, Mobolaji Johnson Arena in Onikon, it's a ground that always attract fans. That people really want to go and have fun and watch the beautiful game. And tomorrow, 2 finals. First is the female final that will take place in around 1 p.m. in the afternoon, before the men's final will take place. Also, the governor of the state will be in the stand, and the governor of Kwara State as well, talking about Abdurrahman will also be in the stand tomorrow to cheer Kwara United, because I think it is also important to say that the last time a club from Kwara State get close to winning the FA Cup was in 1976.
That was a long time ago.
Aliu Fasam Rocks got to the final, and they were beaten by Enugu Rangers 2-0. That was 49 years ago. And I imagine no club from that state actually won it since then. That was the last time a club from Kwara State.
Samuel, let's talk about the game in proper now. We have Abakaliki FC playing against Kwara United. Of course, we saw what Kwara United did in the regular season of the Nigerian Premier Football League compared to Abakaliki. But then Abakaliki, they are the giant killer in this competition.
You see Abakaliki
tracing down their route into the finals. I mean, they play a number of big guys.
They defeated the Yimba. They defeated Nasarawa United.
They defeated
Ikorodu City. So many MPFA powerhouses were knocked out by this Ebonyi-based Abakaliki FC. And the fact that there has never been a football club from that state has gotten to the final of our President Federation Cup before. So this is the first time that Ebonyi State is producing a football club that made it to the final of the FA Cup. And look at their progression. Look at their qualification to the final. The way they made it to the final, their road to the final. They defeated so many MPFA powerhouse, like I said. And so it also underscores the fact that they will not be pushed over tomorrow. Kwara United are the clear favorite because they are, MPFA side. They are more experienced. They have more qualities. But if Ebonyi can defeat someone, a team like Eyimba, a team like Ikorodu City, and inform Ikorodu City, Nasarawa United, name them. These are strong MPFL teams. If they could defeat them, you can tell that they are definitely going to give Kwara United a run for their money. So if Kwara United wants to win, they can never underestimate and underrate Abakaliki FC. Anything is possible. Anything can happen tomorrow. And I think it's going to be a proper final, regardless of the fact that the gap in quality, the gap in the popularity, and
like
all
we
of
used to
that.
say, this is a final, and of course, it's always a different ball game.
It's a one-legged tie. It's a one-legged game. It's just a final.
Just one goal can just decide the moment.
Even
But then,
if it's going
talking
to
about
open game,
Abakaliki winning this competition later tomorrow, they'll be representing Nigeria right there
and they
at
will
the
get
continental stages.
50 million naira as the prize money. That's what they are getting this year. 50 million naira as the prize money. I think the big achievement will be to participate to represent Nigeria on the continent, regardless of the
I'm
fact that
talking
you are
about
getting 50 million.
representing Nigeria now. I mean, what about quality representative?
The quality of the representative is also very important, but over the years, those that we are from MPFA, what have they done?
Okay,
Yeah.
quick one. Crime FC appealed for financial support from your state government ahead of the playoff. I mean, we see our shooting stars right there at the MPFL. Now we are rooting for Crime FC of Ugbomoso, but now they're seeking support, financial support from the state governor.
Yeah, it's needed.
It's needed,
Of
right.
course, they have qualified for the playoff, and you know that they'll be traveling to Delta State,
Asaba
to participate in the playoff. they call it Super 8. So they will definitely need funds, logistics, resources, and all of that. Motivation for the players, bonuses and something to to impress the player and to cheer them to victory rather. And so that it is important. It's something that they cannot do without, and they rely solely on the state government because it's a state-owned football club. And if the government can do well with Shooting Stars, they can also do well with Crown FC. And we also the indigenous of the states, also the sport lover, the football lovers also know that Crown FC, they have been in extinction for a while now. They have been in in NNF for a while, and we really want them to
be good to have
two teams. It will be very good. It will be a good achievement for the current administration of the states. Talking about the state government, to have two teams representing the top flight of the Nigerian club football. I mean, in Aba, they have Enyimba, they have they also have Abia Warriors, and Abia Warriors now qualify for the Confederation Cup. So I think it is good one for the states in terms of football excellence. However, a lot still needs to be done, and that's why they are seeking financial.
Lastly on the show this afternoon, let's talk about basketball right about now and talk about the NBA drafting that we saw earlier hours of this morning. Cooper Flag, he's the first pick for Dallas Mavericks earlier hours of this morning. The second youngest player to be picked right there in the NBA drafting. But then the biggest news was a certain South Sudan guy, Kamal Maluach, also been picked, ranked 10 for Houston Rockets.
That's a big one for Kamal Maluach. I mean, being the only African in top 10, and look at our story from South Sudan to Uganda, honestly, and then to the what stage now? I mean, it underscores the fact that if you can pursue your dream with hard work and consistency, you can get there. So good luck to her, and congratulations as well.
Nice
one. It's really a big news and a very, very fantastic one for the
quick one. You saw the list for the Tigers of Nigeria. I mean, any thought on that?
Yeah, it's a solid squad. It's a solid list. 20-woman list. I don't want to say 20-man list. Let me just say 20-woman list for the preliminary, preparation for the Afro Basket Championship that will take place later. I think in August. It starts in August in Ivory Coast. So it's a good one, and also underscores the fact that NBBF, that's Nigerian Basketball Federation, they reaffirmed their commitment to selecting Nigerians, our strongest squad to defend the title and also maintain the continental dominance. So it's a good one. Let's just wish them best of luck.
Okay, we're back again on Sunday for the Sunday night football, 9 p.m. Nigerian time to 10 p.m. It's going to be a big one, talking football unlimited.
Yeah, that will be very, very interesting because, there will be so many stories tomorrow. The round of 16 of the FIFA Club World Cup will start tomorrow. The Under-21 Euro Championship final will also take place between England and Germany tomorrow. And then on Sunday,
a lot.
The FIFA Club World Cup will continue. So many actions to be treated on Sunday. You can't afford to miss that.
Okay, until I come your way again, my name is Ayomikun Adeniyi. Thank you, Simon, for being part of my world this afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay out of trouble. I'm out of the studio.